So we're joined from Flowood by the owner of Chiropractic Bodyworks, Dr. Candice Taylor, graduate of Madison Central High School. We thank you so much for taking some time for us. This is our entrepreneurship class here at Velma Jackson, and we're recording this for all of our friends in Madison County Schools, Madison Central, Ridgeland High School, Germantown High School, the Academic Options Center, and our YouTube channel. So thank you for fitting us in your extremely busy schedule.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so obviously we want to talk about all the things you've had to learn being an entrepreneur. But just give us a little background because you are a Madison Central grad, class of 2008, where you were a star athlete as well as a great student, and you used your athletic ability and your great academics to go to Mississippi State and be an athlete. So talk about that experience and kind of how collegiate athletics are a lot different from high school athletics.
Oh, of course. So, and you said it, you summed it all up, but thank you so much for that introduction. But yes, I ran track at Madison Central. I was a sprinter and I was a state champion in high school. And it was easy in high school. And I thank the Lord for that because He blessed me with just fast twitch muscles, I guess. But definitely when I transitioned to Mississippi State on a track scholarship, I had like a wide or rude awakening when everybody on the team and everybody on SEC college teams were the same speed as me, if not faster. So I was like, okay, this ain't not just like a walk in the park like in high school, which it was stress free and fun in high school. But as I went to Mississippi State, everybody's on the same level as you, if not better, because at the college level, especially at the level that I was at, they recruit internationally. So you're running against the best girls in the world. So I was racing against Jamaicans, Trinidad people, like girls from across the world. And I was actually in this kind of a little interesting, but being on Mississippi State's track team, I probably was one of the only few girls that was actually from Mississippi. And everybody else was from other places and they had more bond than me. And I'm like, well, I'm from this state, but I was like the person from the state of Mississippi that was on the track team. So that was a very unique experience, but I wouldn't trade it. It made me like just running track. It kind of created a lot of values within me, like time management, because having the schedule that they put for athletes is extremely intense. It's not it's not really fun when you go to college. It's like a business. Like you're having to be on a structured schedule all the time, and you have to also keep up your grades in class. So it really helped me to have structure in my life and learning how to time manage myself.
Big time. And I can't stress that enough for all of our athletes. We encourage everybody to pursue that, but the commitment level on the college level, even in the small colleges, is just exponential. So it's just very important they understand what they're getting into. Now, you mentioned about the opportunities that open. A cool thing about you is you saw treatment being done on your teammates and on yourself because you were a biology pre-med major wanting to get into the medical field and you saw that chiropractic care was such an important part of overall health. So talk about after you graduated, you went to Life University, one of the leading chiropractic schools in the world, because of what you saw treatment of your teammates and yourself.
Yeah, I never heard of chiropractic prior to running track at Mississippi State. We actually had a team chiropractor there that pointed out that my hips were a little shifted when I was running, even doing like certain exercises. He could tell that I had some kinks in my spine. And I was like, wow, okay, well, let me give him a try to get me to align up correctly. And as me personally, as I got started getting chiropractic care, it made my times faster, but it also did the same with my fellow teammates. And so I'm watching my teammates respond better, help with the injuries they were dealing with. And I was like, okay, well, that was my cue to get it done on myself. And just talking with the guy that worked on me, like really opened up my eyes and gave me inspiration as knowing that that's what I want to do. Like I want to help people because track was my world then. So if it could enhance that and I knew I wanted to help people in the future, I was like, that's what I want to do. So it like two passions came together at that one moment. I was like, if I can help athletes be at their peak performance and be a doctor in the health field, like I would love to do that. So that's where it geared me to going in that direction.
That's awesome. And it's so cool because I've had other medical professionals on the same platform say that they learned everything about how to take care of their patients. I learned everything about, healing people, listening to, customer service, dealing with patients, everything medical related. But when they want to open their own practice, they know nothing about running a business because you worked in the field for a little over 6 years
Mm-hmm.
as a chiropractor assistant, associate chiropractor as a chiropractor, and then you opened your own business. And you have said it was a lot more than you realize. So many kids, especially now, want to open their own business. I want to be my boss. I want to make my own rules. I want to be the one that tells everybody what to do. And then they say, wow, this is hard. So talk about that learning curve because you were obviously a skilled chiropractor, but the
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship is an entirely different skill set.
Yes. So entrepreneur, like it is not. I mean, it is a great. It's a great thing. Like it comes with a lot of baggage on the backside as well. But so of course, I started just fine tuning my skill first. I wanted to learn the chiropractic side, and then I also had to learn the business side. So I didn't just start off like being business minded. Like I didn't know anything about a business or how to what to do to get the I guess the financial benefit of being a business owner. So I knew that coming out of chiropractic school that I needed to work for another chiropractor to learn the business side of it and also the doctor side. So I actually worked for two different chiropractors. One, actually, my first experience, I learned to actually be the doctor. And then the second one is my second associateship job was where I learned the business. And so I put both of those together and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to open up my own now. But it was definitely um eye-opening when I realized how much work it goes into once I finally started. Like there were nights, like when I was opening up where I didn't sleep at night. Like I had pulled all nighters to get certain things done. I was trying to meet a deadline to hit it before I could open up on a certain day. And at the time I had to kind of transition while I was still working for my last job to do it at the same time. So there were plenty of nights I felt like I was in school again, pulling all nighters. And even some days now, when I'm in practice now, and I've been in practice for years now, where I have to like don't like have any like I had to sacrifice my personal time to make sure that my business is continuing to be successful, continuing to build and grow like it needs to. So you still have to like when you're ready to take your business to the next level, you still have to dedicate so much time to making sure that your business is going to be successful in the next phase of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, because you have to look at, obviously the licensing and legal aspect, but you have to manage staff. You have to manage
Yes.
a space. So any type of
Yes.
utilities, all that has to be paid. You have to
Yes.
deal with accounting. You have to, if somebody doesn't show up, you got to have a contingency plan. If
Yes.
all the, and we talked a lot about insurance. That is things that they do not teach you when you're getting when you're in the
No.
medical field in
When
school
I
or even in anything.
Yes, when I was in chiropractic school, I simply learned how to be a chiropractor. I didn't learn how to deal with insurance. I didn't learn how to bill out insurance. I didn't know the first thing about even opening up a LLC or what type of business structure I needed. I didn't know anything. I have a personal accountant that will help that walks me through all of the accounting because I still do not know how to deal with taxes and sales tax
Yeah.
and all the business taxes that come along with it. Staffing, I'm still trying to find that. It is very hard dealing with people. That if
Yeah.
I had to say one biggest struggle since I've been an entrepreneur is trying to get fine tune my interview skills because people will hiring people is tricky. Like you hire people,
Yeah.
they give you a great interview, and then the performance can change when you hire them. And so that's one skill I'm still trying to master. I've learned how to kind of build and how to train better. But just that is a part I still need to grow with. But
Now,
learning all of that.
yeah. And also talk about some of your marketing because
Yeah.
if people don't know who you are, you could have the best service in the world, the best product in the world, but if people don't know who you are and where you are, it's kind of hard to make money. So talk about some of the
Oh.
marketing strategies that you've used.
Okay, so my marketing strategies, I've really had two main marketing strategies that I've used. So my first one is to get out in the community, go to local events, community events, have a booth set up, get my face out there. I go to church events, I go to family fun day events, I go to sometimes Halloween events. I've been to all type of events Christmas vendor events, and I will be a vendor there, and I will tell people the importance of chiropractic. We normally do a posture check of patients, and then we'll tell them the benefit of why they need to get their posture corrected, and then that really gets people. Oh, I need a chiropractor. I've been needing to see a chiropractor anyway. So basically, what I'm doing that on that avenue is I'm getting my face out there because people think about chiropractic, they just don't actually take the steps to do it. So when they see me at all these events, they sign up and they become patients. And that's a very, I mean, that way it doesn't cost any much. It doesn't cost much money. It just costs my time. But that's my non-financial way to market. And then where I do put money into marketing is Facebook. I do Facebook marketing because people are nowadays are always on their phones. I know a lot of businesses, which I mainly see like on TV. You still have some people that do TV ads, but majority businesses nowadays are online marketing, because that's where majority of your people are going to be on their phones and while they're scrolling with whatever website they're on, even Google or Facebook. We do marketing on those two, and I post an ad weekly, I can cater it to a certain radius. You can make it specific. You can even pick the audience members you want to see it. You can control a lot of your marketing. And I honestly, I've been approached several times with, let me market for you. And I'm like, no, I honestly, I do it myself. And I would say, if anybody ever has any questions and want to know how I do it, like I cut out the middleman. And I
Yeah.
say, I know how to go on Facebook, and I've learned how to create my own ads and broadcast my ads, and I can set my budget on Facebook on what I need for my practice. And I do my own marketing through online marketing, but it's mainly Facebook and Google.
Yeah, and it really is about knowing your target market because obviously in your business, you're going to be gearing toward a certain demographic. Now, obviously, you have all demographics that are served there, but at the end of the
Yes.
day, you know who your main demographic is and you're going to know where they're going to be. So that really is a big part of market research is knowing the main group you're trying to reach. Now, before I get to their question, something that I've been talking a lot about with these students this week is we've seen a lot of first in the black community just in the last couple of weeks. We just had the
Mhm.
first black astronaut go around the moon. We had the
Yeah.
first black female leader of the CDC that was appointed this past week. So more and more glass ceilings are continuing to be broken, and it's
Yeah.
just such a great thing. And look, and I'll be 100% honest. And I grew up in Madison County, been here most of my life. I have never in my life met a black female chiropractor until I met you. It is something you did not see a lot, and
Yeah.
that's and you've made you created a space for yourself. And look, people are always going to view people however they see them. There's going to be, and a lot, honestly, a lot of them are unconscious. There's a lot of biases people have. There's a lot of preconceived notions people have. But, with the changing demographics of our community, the changing demographics of education in Mississippi, there's a need for everyone to, find their place. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean you can't
Mhm.
be the first at it. So talk about that struggle for you and, kind of the ways that you've shown that you belong there. I think your awards speak for themselves, but, kind of the way you've shown you belong in this space.
Yeah, so and actually, in one of my before I opened up my practice, I actually was in another practice with another guy, and a lot of the patients there would look at me at just even not even just based off my ethnicity, but just my gender, like me being a female chiropractor, and they would look at me compared to a male chiropractor. With chiropractic is a male driven profession. There's not
Big time.
as many women
Big
chiropractors as
time.
there are men, and they would look at me and they would prefer to have the man. And so I had to overcome that hurdle. Like, well, why don't they want me? Is it they think I'm too small? Do they think like they don't think I can get them? But once they try me out, I realized that they like it. Like once they gave me a try. So and I know that I know what I now having years of experience, I know what I have to offer. And I know that and I'm sorry about that phone call. I don't know if I could stop it or not, but um turn the ringer down. I do apologize about that.
That's fine.
But okay, so what I would say is like I've had to change my mindset, and I've had to realize that I'm going to deliver the same care, if not better, than anybody of any other gender or any other ethnicity. Like they're gonna get a great service no matter what. Once they give me a try, I know that I got it. So I've built my confidence in, and knowing that like don't worry about what people think of you when they first look at me. Like just give the best service that you can give, and they're gonna realize that the quality of their experience is gonna be great, and then they're gonna really like me because I just
Yeah.
provide the best service I can.
Yeah, and it really is a two-way street because something I always say here is the entrepreneur needs the customers more than the customer needs the entrepreneur. So the perceived value has to be there. The idea of if this really worth spending my money on. And if you can do that and you're passionate about it, it is amazing how so many other things fall into place.
Yes. And so I've just had to learn, don't even think about, my own my personal qualities. Just do the best you can do, and just provide the best service you can.
I do have a few questions here. I'll get to as many of these as I can. This first one is Avery Harris. She's in 10th grade on
Okay.
our art team, volleyball player. And she asked, what drove you to become a chiropractor as opposed to other forms of medicine?
So and the main thing that drove me to become a chiropractor is my experience with the track world, because I was an athlete and I saw the difference that chiropractic care provided in my athletic skills, and my passion, which was athletes, was a passion of mine, and being able to help them is what, and me personally experiencing, is what made me go with the chiropractic field, which I was set to go become a psychiatrist up
Oh,
until yes, up until like my sophomore year in college. My mindset was always to go to medical school, then specialize in psychiatry. I really wanted to help people with mental health issues. But after realizing how old I was going to be when I graduated medical school and residency school, and I realized that chiropractic, I could become that a lot faster in life, and it was another passion of mine to work with athletes. It was just like a done deal. I decided, nope, that's what I'm going to be, is a
yeah,
chiropractor.
and something that I've heard a lot of people in the medical field say is, I wanted to be in medicine, but I didn't want to really deal with people that are going to die. I didn't want to really
Yes.
deal with a lot of blood. And what I think people don't realize, there's ways you can be in this field, and you're not dealing with people with life, for the most part, not dealing with people with life-threatening issues. You're dealing with people to prolong their life and give them a better quality of life. So it really is a great way to still help people get over health problems, but you're not dealing with people that you got to worry about them passing away in a few weeks.
Yes, I don't have to deal with blood. I don't have to deal with chronic or life-threatening diseases. I have a lot of family members. I have nurses in my family, and I hear that the patients that my mom, my sister sees, they're dealing with patients on their deathbed, and they're dealing with the stress of that. And so I don't have to. I have to deal with happy patients, and they're hurting a little bit, but they leave happy, and they're not, leaving on a stretcher. So I like it's very rewarding when a patient walks in and it's just a little achy, or they're hurting, and they walk out feeling much better, and I'm improving the quality of their life. Like it's very satisfying to me, and it's not as stressful because it gives me purpose knowing that, okay, they're leaving and they're happy, and I didn't have to deal with any of the gooey stuff.
Love it. This is Shateri Hannon. She's in 10th grade, and she asked, as a trial and error, what has been the biggest potential waster of time, energy, or money
um let's see, just in my career in general, or like
as a business
um
owner?
as a business owner. Well, I would, if I had to say the biggest waste of like my time would be, I think I worked as an associate chiropractor, so I was an employee for a little bit too long in my life.
Okay.
I could have learned everything I needed to in probably about 1 to 2 years, and I did that for like 7 years. And I really, if I had to do it over again, I would have started sooner, because what held me back was me not believing that I was going to succeed. I didn't really think that I was going to be good enough to have my own practice. Like I was going to um start a practice and then it was going to fail and then I was going to have like public scrutiny, like people were like, oh, what happened to your practice, and I was not going to make it. So I didn't want to think about that, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. And so that for years I was like, just keep working, then you just keep working and be a doctor for somebody else and you'll be fine, you don't have to deal with that. So but I finally got over that hump and I was like, no, let me go ahead and actually go for it. I'll never know if I could do it if I never try it. So I was
There
like,
you
let
go.
me, yeah, I was like, my mindset changed. And I was like, let me try it. And if I don't, then I'll just go work for somebody. And if I do, then hey, now I'm living my dream. So if I had to, like, the biggest waste in time would be, I would say, is I would have started sooner with
Awesome.
entrepreneurship. Money wise, um, I ended up, I'm the biggest, like, probably waste of money. Um, I've been very smart about what I spend my money on. So I haven't wasted a lot. I would say I would be like a pickier on employees on which bonuses and salaries I boosted up people that didn't deserve it. And so I will change some of that. I will pay attention to who's really working hard, who really wants to help the business. But I did not get a loan. And if for just entrepreneurship
Wow.
tips, like um I would. Now, I was blessed with a gift to help open up my practice, but if I had to recommend, I would recommend everybody try to either get a grant to start your practice or a line of credit. The banks they will go to a loan and want to give you a loan, which the interest rates are much higher. I would do if you can't get a grant to start a practice, go to the bank and ask them for a line of credit. It's much better financial wise on any upcoming business owners.
Yeah, and all that's on available on the Mississippi Secretary of State website. There are grants for minority business owners in Mississippi that are
Yeah.
that's money you don't have to pay back. So that's something for everybody to look into. All right, I got time for two more. This is Albrianna Towner. She's in 11th grade, and this is a good question because you kind of hit on this. She asked, "What type of technology skills have you had to learn when it comes to patient scheduling and billing?"
Okay, so I've had to learn how to, well, my software, we have a software that we use. It does all our scheduling, does all our billing, and it does all our like everything in office is based off one software. Now I do
Awesome.
have I had to and I'm still learning that. I just learned probably like last week how to bill out second people who have primary and secondary insurances. And so for 4 years I have not billed out any secondary um insurance payments to any of my patients that have had secondary. So that was a learning mistake that I made for 4 years. But now I know going forward, like, okay, I know how to do it. But we're actually using AI right now. So our office
Oh,
is in
cool.
a transition to now where we're doing a lot of AI work in the office. So I've got an AI bot that is like responding to people that message us for like inquiries to become a new patient. They respond to my Google reviews. They send patient emails, and I don't even think about it. They send them text
Wow.
messages, information about health, what things to make them healthier, and it's been very, very helpful. It keeps us on the front of a lot of our like potential customers or clients' minds. It keeps them health minded, and I'm still learning how to change up and alter. It's like a robot, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make it tweak it to be like how I want to. But it's been very helpful adding that into my practice.
Love it. I got one more. This is Raheem Cole. He's in ninth grade. And he asked, "What advice would you give someone that was my age that wanted to be a chiropractor and own their own business?"
I would definitely say go for it. I would actually start as a patient first. Go ahead. If you're thinking about being a chiropractor, become a patient, experience the benefits of it, let it create a purpose, make sure it's something that makes you happy, and that this is something that you want to be a part of. And then um, just go to your local chiropractor, ask to shadow in their office, kind of see how the flow goes. Learn as much as you can as a student, and then I would if I had to choose a major, I would say a biology or kinesiology major that I would say you could start focusing towards when you go to college, and that would give you a very good background. And There are only like seven chiropractic schools in the nation. But if you are serious and really do want to become a chiropractor, and you know, like after you shadow and been a patient yourself, Life University, which is the big chiropractic school in America actually, but it's in
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. They have a dual program where you can get your undergrad degree and your chiropractic degree around the same time. So it will save a lot of years, like in your life, if you do both of those degrees at the same time instead of going somewhere like I did and got a bachelor's degree and then going to get my chiropractic degree. I would do both of those at the same school.
Oh, that's a great point. Well, we're almost out of time, and we thank you so much for taking some time for us. But a couple things before we go. First of all, chirobodyworks.com is the website. Chiropractic Bodyworks on Facebook, and they're anywhere else online where they can find you to get see your updates.
Yes, yes, like you said, chirobodyworks.com. We're at Chiropractic Bodyworks on Facebook, on TikTok at Chiropractic Bodyworks on TikTok. They're welcome to call us at our office anytime. I would be glad to help mentor or let anybody that's interested in chiropractic or just want to know about entrepreneurship. Just give me a call and with any questions that you may have. And thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate
Well,
that.
the last thing before we go,
Okay,
you
okay.
know, you're from Madison County. You sat in the same school that I sat
Yeah.
in, and a lot of these students that are going to see
Yeah.
this over at Madison Central we're in. So you become a successful entrepreneur right here in the area. I mean, you left and went to school, but you came back here. And not only have you been successful in our community, you've done it as a double minority in a field where it wasn't seen. So as these kids start making decisions for what they want to do, why should they keep in mind that it is possible because you've done it yourself?
Yes, it's possible. Never doubt yourself. Yes, I went to Madison Central High School back in 2008. Had a lot of friends that were in other parts of Madison County, Velma Jackson, Ridgeland High School. So I'm a fellow, like I know all of, I grew up, born and raised in Madison County. Um, and I definitely would say that get coming back to my community, which I'm planning on opening up a practice a second location in Madison
Oh
County.
wow, that's awesome.
Yes. Yes, hopefully in the next maybe 3 to 4 years, I'll have a second location back at home too. But I would say just never doubt yourself. Like if you like just study hard when you're in school, learn everything that you can, and just have the courage to know like if you want to do it, go after it. Like never say you never do it if you don't go after it. So me just having that mentality to saying, okay, this is what I want to do, and you shoot for your goals and don't gear off of it. Don't let people sidetrack you and tell you, oh, you won't do good with that. No, follow your passion and follow your dreams and just go for it.
All right, well, we're up against our event, and we thank you so much for joining us. But my friend, Dr. Candice Polk Taylor, owner of Chiropractic Bodyworks, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, see ya.
See y'all next time.